Hello, I'm Mr. Clifton. We're entering a course on an introduction to astronomy, and this is tonight's night sky. Hope you can see it. If you look carefully, you'll see when the stars go away, three major stars that make kind of a triangle. We call it the summer triangle. It's from the constellations Lyra, the harp, Cygnus, the swan, and then down here is Aquila, the eagle. What we're seeing is increasing levels of stars showing or light pollution. And if you try to see the stars near a street light or near the city, you don't see the total view. All you see is the basic main brightest stars. The stars are amazing. They're incredible. If you can get to a piece of dark sky and look up on a clear night, it just takes your breath away. And that's going to happen over and over in this course. Just begin to look up and sneak out at night when you have a chance and start looking at the night sky. But we can't always be outside at night. What we've developed is an online astronomy course geared for beginners. And you're going to find it challenging, but you're also going to find it very doable. I hope that you have already done the introduction. You've watched the film, you've listened to the Voki, and you've taken the survey. If you haven't, you need to go back and do that first. Then let's talk about week 1 today. In week 1, you're going to read the overview. Every week I want you to read the overview to get a feel for every single thing you'll need to do to pass the course in each week. There's going to be a weekly star show, and that's going to change month to month. I need you to watch the star shows. You need to get a journal started. The journal needs to have a written part and a part where you do your sky sketches. You're going to do some star maps and sketch them and keep them in your journal. And we'll use that to feed into the course as we go along. So we're going to start a journal, we're going to do the beginning stuff, and we're going to read the overview. This week, after the star show, I need you to download the question sheet from the star show and then send it to me in my email once you've finished it. There's a constellation gallery in the introduction. Use it throughout the course to find constellations, and they're all there. You're going to begin to copy constellations, and in particular, how they're arranged beside each other. In fact, we understand the night sky by the constellations or groups of stars in the sky, because each constellation represents a piece of the sky. And I'll say to you, go to Vega, the bright star that's the head of Lyra, the harp, that constellation, and there you'll find a cluster or a nebula, or you maybe see an exploding star. And we'll do all that in this course. We're going to make iJots. You just go to iJot, you sign up. I'm going to have you send me on your assignment 1 for week 1 an iJot of the constellation you drew, and then on the back write enough to tell me something about it. About a minute. It'll be fine. We're going to go to a place called Quizlet, where we're going to begin vocabulary this week, and this week's second assignment, assignment 2, will be to take a vocabulary quiz. I encourage you when you get to Quizlet to do everything you can, do the practice, and then play the games. They really help, and they're fun. And then finally we'll take a quiz on vocabulary this week as we start to look at constellations. Finally, consider trying the extra credit challenges. It will add a bit of score to your grade, but they're just an extension, and every week there'll be something that's worthwhile. And as you begin to love the night sky, you'll find them challenging and exciting. Other than that, right now I'd like to go through with you the course. Before we go over the course, and I'll go through it line by line on your computer screen, I'd like to just take this model of a booster rocket with my special igniter of science and see what we can do, because we're talking rockets when we're talking astronomy. And yes, we're going to later on work in an optional unit in rocketry. So let me put on my glasses, and 10, 9, 8, Let's get this course off with a bang. 7, 6, 5. I love astronomy. 5. What's that? 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I'm going to go to my Moodle course, and you will have a URL to get to Moodle, and you'll need to log in. You'll need a username and password, and you'll have that. And when you log in, it will take you to my course. In my case, I need to go down to astronomy, Introduction to Astronomy, and here it is. Welcome to astronomy. And when it says start here, you should have already done this, but this is a Vokey, and he should
Hello. Welcome to our tour of the universe.
And you should listen to that. You should then have watched the video. Which my children helped me make. And astronomy, the study of all objects in the universe, was the answer to your first forum.
It came up.
And let's look at the forums. Here's a class forum, and I'm pushing it, and it says, what is astronomy? And you will need to answer this forum to begin with, and then every week as part of your grade. Let me go back now. This is called breadcrumbs up here. I'm going to go back to astronomy, and at the course, and moving down along. This is the introduction. There's directions after the Vokian video, and you will need to read this. There's a starting survey, and you need to take it and just push submit, and it'll end up in my mailbox. Let me go back. I'll try the back button now, and here I am. Course syllabus, a little Space Frogger game, even a message from my dog. And now I'm moving on to week 1. Constellations are what you make them. There's Lyra the harp, and we've talked about that strong summer jewel Vega, the jewel of the summer sky. I'm going to go down to week 1, and every week will be about the same. Week 2 will have activities and assessments. And the course is divided into content, and then doing things, and then finally connecting with other students and myself, and we'll just follow the same pattern each week. Every week we'll start with an overview, and everything I'm saying to you is on here. You can always go back here and just follow through. When you have it all done, you're done with the week. Let's try that back button again. The week 1 star show is really the highlight. Every week is a wonderful star show. And here's your instructions, and you'll need to read it, and then you press and watch your star show. I strongly suggest you make them large so that you can really enjoy them. And let's just take a few seconds.
Your guide to constellations, deep sky objects, planets, and events. Tonight's sky, highlights of the August sky.
Wonderful. I'm going to push escape, get back here, and if I push astronomy in my breadcrumb trail, it'll take me back to the top, and I have to go over here and pull down to week 1. Then will be the questions from the star show you just saw. Activity 1, assigned constellation list to choose from. And you'll need to know the night skies. Here's the August sky. And over here's a list of 10 constellations. And when it says the constellation list, this is where you'll find it. You'll also find here the night sky. When you look up, there's Vega and Deneb and Altair, the 3 bright stars of the summer triangle, representing 3 different constellations. Let's go back. Assessment is an iJot assignment, and iJots are just a ball. Here's one I made earlier this year, and I've explained what to do, but just go to iJot, sign in, and I'm going to want you to hold a constellation up here and just talk about it. It doesn't need to be very long, but we'll share it with each other, and it'll just be a ball. It'll be a great way to assess what you've learned this week. Let me go back now. Activity 2 is a thing called Quizlet, and I want you to go to Quizlet, and I've put you there. You're there just by pushing the button. And I've written this Quizlet area. There's cards, and the vocab for this
astronomy
week are on this, and there's all kind of things you can do, learn, and you can fill in the blanks, You can spell it. Let me go back. Learn and test. Eventually you will take this test. But first I encourage you to practice through the cards. And you can go up here, these little arrows, and just push them. You can change from both sides and just do one side, and then you can flip it and just practice that way. Pretty fun. I really encourage you to play the games and make everything disappear. This is called scatter, and I just like it. A group of stars that form a pattern in the sky, and the answer is constellations, so we get rid of them. And let's see. I missed it. A group of stars that form a pattern. Oh, I got to drag it over. There you go. And they disappear. And then there's records. If any of whoever gets the shortest time, I'll give a prize. So that's Quizlet. And let me go back to our course just by pushing the back button. There's Quizlet games, and I take you straight to the games. There's a hangman game for extra practice, and I wrote addictive because I've just wasted time on this game just having a ball figuring out A, E, I, a little trick, put in the vowels first. Probably doesn't need an O. It did need an O. Wow. I-O-N. Has to be an N. I missed it. So I'm going back. Vocabulary, hangman. I can't get back, so I'll take my breadcrumb trail and push it. Assessment, vocabulary quiz on Quizlet. It'll just take you right back to it and take the quiz. And then extra credit challenge. And let's go to it. And it says, look at this rather nice looking star map of tonight's sky. Take a sheet of paper, copy paper, and show at least 10 constellations of your choice. So this is a bonus, but this is probably the thing that will sharpen you up. We will do this over and over, but if you can get this down early in the course, you'll walk outside and be amazed. You will come and tell me how excited you are that you know your way around the sky. And once you do, it's endless, the wonders you're going to see. Let's go in the back button. And that's week 1. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, please email me. And thank you for sharing.